Welcome. It's your boys.
Your boys.
Welcome back to Across Argent Stars for episode 5, which is
episode 5.
Awesome. Every day we get closer to double digits, and I'm here for it. Okay. It is great to have everybody. I hope everybody is ready for a rousing night of role-playing action, because that is exactly what we're going to get to this evening. But before we do that,
tonight's RP session is brought to you by UFC Fight Club.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Why not?
Dana White, come play.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
And saying that here's your boys does not constitute ownership.
Correct.
No,
We are.
it's the royal
we are
your.
we are independent autonomous creatures.
We're the indie boys.
The royal
Negative.
royal
I am a
your.
meat popsicle. Okay.
Yes.
If you got that joke, you got that joke. You are.
You
a real
belong
nerd.
here. You
You
belong
are a
here.
real nerd.
Yes, you
if
do.
got that joke.
We are here
Okay.
for your nerdiness.
Yes.
All right.
Whoever you are, come play D&D with us anytime.
In classic Fireside Fables tradition, we can't begin properly without our chuckles being mustered. Though, once we get a theme song queued up here, wait for it. There it is. Tonight's joke is brought to you by Jeff. I'm sorry.
And yeah, well, thank you. Disclaimer, I'm sorry too. This was actually, I'm blaming this on Adam. So he
Yeah.
sent this to
That's
me.
true.
And okay, guys.
I just really want to hear you say it, Jeff. I
don't-
really do.
Yeah, because I'm going to screw it up.
No,
No.
I think you're
Okay.
I think you're going to deliver it perfectly.
You
When have you
screw up
ever-
a joke? I don't
when
know
have you
that that
ever done
happens
Yeah,
ever.
I'm not good at I'll put my foot in my mouth somehow. Okay.
That's not the same as screwing up a joke.
Okay. See, I just did it. Yeah.
In my mouth goes
So-
my foot.
All right. That's a
Hey,
manifest
no, we
joke,
can
so-
do some manifest stand-up. I'm here for that.
There
Oh,
you
bro,
go. I go.
absolutely.
That's going to be my new routine. We'll just do
2 drink minute.
We'll call it the preposition. And then, okay. And then, okay.
Go
Anyway,
ahead.
here's the joke.
In
All
my
right, before
belly,
the
I
song is
chuckle.
over.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, I'm just addressing it to all of you. You ready?
Sure.
Cody, I didn't hear an acknowledgement.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta
that's
get consent.
perfect.
Okay.
Jeff
thank
needs
you.
consent.
That's right. This is, okay. If Farmer A sells apples and Farmer B sells bananas,
Okay.
what does Farmer C sell?
I don't know.
Medicine. Farmer C.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
It took me, I'm tired tonight. It took me like 3 minutes to look at this going,
I told you had to say it out
you
loud.
have to say it out loud. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just sick. And so,
Pharmacy. Yeah.
That's 30 seconds I'm never getting back.
Never.
That's right.
Never.
All right.
Yeah, thanks,
And then
Adam.
the other 30 seconds that you'll
Yep.
regret losing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed that last segment, you should really ask yourself why.
That was
And
Was that a letter joke? I get it.
that was the end of the song.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah, there we go.
Bye.
Back to the theme song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, Adam. That was a good one.
That was a great joke.
Well, anyway.
you delivered it well, Jeff. You delivered it
As,
well.
as you've
tried.
probably noticed by now, unfortunately, Avon is not able to be with us tonight because
Sorry.
busy defending our freedom.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
And yours too.
and yours too. Yeah.
Unless you live outside of America and
Yeah.
not an
if
American.
you're Canadian,
Sorry.
welcome. Anyway,
Anyway,
previously on
wow.
Across Argent Stars,
Incroyable.
our
You have to know
party
the news.
was
so
able
anyway,
to
go ahead.
our party was able to decipher the poem Upon the Pale Crown, which Astro, the high sage of the Golden Library, was able to help them suss out. And once he did, he sent them on their way into the city of Collis to seek shelter for the evening. Jeff's gonna die. He's passing out.
I had to look at Brendan right when he said Astro, and I was just waiting for Astro. Sorry.
I get away with nothing.
You get away with nothing. Go ahead.
I get away with nothing. Anyway, so the sage guy with 4 arms,
A Storagor.
a Storagor,
He had 4 fathers and 4 arms. You know?
This is my step ladder. I never knew my real ladder.
4 arms and an NPC ago.
So he deciphered the poem
Oh.
for them, telling them that it was leading to an observatory out in the desert, a lost, maybe even haunted observatory out in the desert called Carbaddon's Eye. But before they could do that, he sent them out into the city to seek shelter for the evening. They did so at the Cat and Cradle, a very welcoming establishment that happened to have a young family in it, the mother of which was stricken with some sort of fever or illness, but
We cured her with a silver spoon.
that's right. But Manifest was able to do the work of his goddess and healed her. And they were very, very grateful, as was the proprietor of the establishment, one Carmen, Abuela Carmen. So,
Abuelita, little grandma.
Abuelita. There was nothing little about that girl. Anyway,
It's like calling your biggest friend Tiny.
yeah, exactly. And then in the morning, they were able to track down a caravan led by an unbound, released, liberated undead individual by the name of Whitehall, who was willing to leave with them out into the desert to go and track down Carbaddon's Eye. But
Voiced
not
by
bef-
Budget Michael Keaton.
exactly, yes. I'm Batman.
Budget.
They were able to go out of the desert, but not before they had a tag-along join them by the name, a researcher, a sage for the Golden Library by the name of Horace Prim, who, according to him, has been trying to get out to Carbaddon's Eye for quite some time, but never had the opportunity. So they arrived at Carbaddon's Eye after a few days of travel. The party went up into the observatory to discover that not only was Carbaddon's Eye not abandoned, but it was currently occupied by a full-blown feathered dragon.
Yeah, occupado.
Yeah,
A little bit. A little bit.
Green feathered dragon whose driveway didn't really go all the way to the road anymore.
No.
Yeah,
No.
he was a couple of spoons shy of a chandelier. Anyway,
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern's full.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, he was 9 pounds of crazy in an 8-pound bag, and after a very intense fight that nearly killed 2 of our party members, finally able to bring down the dragon, but with Mateo getting the kill shot on the dragon. But in killing the dragon, unfortunately, Driscol was covered in dragon ichor, and it turned him green, and he fell unconscious. But undeterred by their friend's sudden flight of fancy that he went on, apparently his power down, if you will, Sylvester Flint went and collected the skull of Carbaddon himself, and looking through the eye sockets of that skull into the night sky, he found a trail. And that's exactly where we are going to pick up for this evening. And you'll be happy to know, guys, I didn't name this one.
Nice.
This one's up to y'all. Okay.
I put a quotation for the name and it's just not there. So
It's just not there.
that's cool. It's just episode.
Don't make me name it right now. I'll do it.
No.
No.
Okay. All right. So
Can I retcon something that
Sure.
happened towards the end there? Okay.
you can try.
So sure. Jared, you tell me if this fits, because I've been thinking about Mateo's reaction
yes, to his buddy Driscoll falling under
as Driscoll
unconsciousness.
slumps to the floor, covered in dragon ichor.
Mm-hmm.
Mateo kind of goes rigid.
Yeah.
And where most would expect an ash pop down to the floor,
Mhm.
he instead climbs down,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
it's awkward looking.
Runs down the stairs.
No, tries to climb down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. From the platform. Okay.
It's interesting. For those, well, I guess the only other people up have really high intuition.
Yeah.
I would
I would
say-
say Sylvester is occupied. While
That's
you do
fine.
this. Yeah.
But if Icarus and Manifest look over,
Mhm.
they see it's more of it's a reactionary get there as fast as possible. But
Okay.
the fastest way would be to use the ash teleport, but it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so it's almost desperate, but also cautious and careful enough. It's risky but careful at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
Almost childlike.
So as he's rushing over, you see Flint go up to the observation area where the ruined telescope is, and he's looking through the back of the skull, and you see him stop and bring the skull down, and then he turns to the rest of you and he looks at it for a little bit, and there's this, well, actually, everybody except for Driscol and Mateo, so Manifest and Icarus, as you look at him, give me a intuition test. And if you have read person, you can add it.
Huh. 3.
Okay.
14.
Well, I rolled
14. I'll give it to you on the 14 because he's not really trying to hide it.
Okay.
But there's a moment where he's holding this skull, and he looks like he's about to say something. Then he freezes and he looks down at it, and it's almost like he's staring off into space as he looks at it. And then he comes back to himself and shakes his head and rushes over to Driscoll's unconscious body.
Now, back to Driscoll, will a healing grace help? I mean, is this beyond what's going on here?
Do you have medicine or healing or anything like that?
Just the healing grace ability.
As far as like
I got a
skills
kid here. I'm gonna take these off. You guys keep going.
Okay.
Well, medicine isn't a real.
No. So you could have, but anything like that,
No.
like alchemy or.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. So go ahead and give me a reason test.
Okay.
This is going to be a hard test.
Oh boy, 11. Just was reason 12, 13.
Yeah. You get the sense that you feel like he seems stable. Like it doesn't seem like he's dying. He's in some sort of distress because he's unconscious and he's covered in this dragon's blood and gore. And you look at him, he is unconscious. He is, Mateo is shaking him, trying to get him to wake up, and he is not. But as you look at him, you see that it's more than just being covered in green ick. He's also, like, parts of his skin seem to have been almost dyed green. Like it is, something is happening.
Okay.
You can't tell exactly what.
Well, I'll try using my cloak to wipe it off.
Yeah, you do.
Just wipe it. Yeah.
I'm assuming Icarus might step in to help that process. You're able to get it off of him, at least to the best of your ability. I mean, you don't have any real water to wash him or bathe him, but yeah, there are. It's weird. His clothes are stained, but he wears a lot of leather, so it just wipes off of that. But his skin it's almost like parts of his skin are dyed green.
And
so
nothing
it's soaked into his skin.
Flint helps too, and he'll say, I don't think we can do anything for him here. We should get him back down to the caravan. They might have supplies that can help him.
Manifest nods and picks him up, just hauls him up on his.
Okay. And then he'll stand and he'll move with you to leave. He still has the skull, but then he stops and says, "Oh, I almost forgot." And he puts the skull in his bag. And then he rushes over to the table where the old weathered star charts and maps and things are. And he starts rolling them up and getting as many of them as he can and stuffing them into his bag. And he said, I told Driscoll I told Horace that I would I'd bring these to him. So yeah, there's Manifest holding Driscol, or Manifest is probably the only person who could pick up Driscol and make him look small. But he's holding this burly dwarf in his arms. So anything else you guys want to do here in the observatory? You guys collected the treasure. We talked about that. There was a chest and you collected some treasure. Yeah. So anything else you want to do here?
The pieces of the broken lens are there, right?
Yeah, the glass. Yeah, it's actually multiple lenses, but yeah.
About the lenses from the telescope. Okay.
Yeah, they are in there. You want to collect them?
Well, obviously I can't do that, so I can say. I just say in my mind, I wonder if we should take the lenses. Horace may be able to do something with them.
So Mateo seems out of it, like he's entirely focused on Driscol at the moment. So, and Vester is gathering up, so that really only leaves you, Icarus. If you want to. So
I would definitely, Icarus would definitely go ahead and start taking. So now, are these? They're big, like a lot of glass.
So like
big.
The lenses when they
broken,
were whole,
right?
Yeah, the lenses when they were whole would have been about that big around. This is a large telescope. Some are still, they're all of them broken, but some are more more shattered than others. There's some on the ground. There's some in the barrel of the telescope. If you could, but I'll allow you to take a few minutes here to gather up some.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep walking while you're clearing up.
You can write in your inventory lens shards if you want.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to gather the most intact one.
Okay. Yeah.
And as an example, I'll explain the others.
So you could probably get like a little bit over like a third of one.
Okay.
Is left. So it's round on the edge and then jagged at the bottom, but its magnifying capability isn't completely lost.
Okay, so I'll grab that one. Okay. So I won't be carrying all of that broken glass.
Right. There's a lot of. There's probably 10 pounds of broken glass just sitting here.
So I'm really just grabbing a representative sample.
Okay. So lens shard, if you want to put that in your inventory.
Shard. Got it.
Okay. All right. And then you guys go back. I'm assuming you go back down, or is there anything else you want to do here in the observatory?
No,
because he is whammied.
Yeah, I want to take Driscol down as soon as possible. I don't know if it'll help, but
yeah. So it's slow going. It takes you about 20 minutes carrying his body to get down there. He is still unconscious. Manifest, as you're holding him, you can feel like with the back of his neck is resting against your arm, and you can Lord knows what magic allows you to feel temperature through your clay, but you can. But yeah, he's somewhat feverish. He feels like there is a fever arising in his body.
He's going to pray the whole time, and he does it out loud, so Driscol can hear just softly to him, and try doing a healing grace as we're going.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and mark that off, and that you used it. He had some injuries at the end of the fight that the dragon inflicted, open wounds. You see those, like there's one in his neck that like was an abrasion. You see that close up.
Can I use I had 3 piety at the end of the battle. Can I use 1 to try to remove anything that was in one effect? It says I can,
one effect, right?
So I don't know.
You can do that.
Well, I'll use all of my piety for it.
Yeah, you use the healing grace as you're going down the stairs. Well, let me ask you this: what prayer does he pray?
it's certainly a prayer. It's the one that I think that the Graven use to pray for the healing of the world, but he replaces it, his Driscol's name in there.
Okay.
He places it. It is that he wants nothing more than him to be healed and whole.
Okay.
And yeah, he just you know, you hear him even speak friend and companion and one of noble spirit, and so
yeah, you see the wounds close, the obvious wounds close. You see, you feel the fever lessen. Like it seems like the fever is not fully broken, but it goes down. You know,
does that burden one of my recoveries?
No.
Okay.
You don't need to do that. We
That's
don't
fine.
need to worry about that right now.
Do I have any history of the poison
green.
of dragon blood? Does he know anything about that?
Not really.
Okay.
It's up to you whether or not you've encountered a dragon before, but this is not something you have ever heard of.
No history of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that you probably have some experience with the process of dracogenesis. So again, if a human has dracogenesis cast upon them, they become a wormling.
Right.
And they are slowly in the process. Usually, I mean, this process can be up to like 50, 60 years.
Right.
I mean, it takes a long time. But slowly they turn into a dragon.
Right.
Eventually, at the end of this cycle, kind of like a caterpillar, they enter a dragon's egg. And when they come out, they are a dragon. If it hasn't done to them, they are a scale dragon. If it is a human magic user that does it to himself, he becomes a feather dragon.
Right.
Feather dragon, which is what you guys just fought. So Memnon, you would know that Memnon was a magic user who performed dracogenesis on himself and was turning into a feather dragon. The process of becoming a feather dragon, you would probably know, especially from having talked to, I imagine, having seen Bellicus Nasir and talking to Sylvester Flint on the way here, the 3-day travel here, he would have let you in on a little more. That the process of becoming a feather dragon is it's more chaotic. It's not just the spell itself interacting. There's also other magic inside the individual reacting to that spell, and it can whammy somebody pretty hard. So the fact that he was covered in
the blood,
feather dragon's blood, is more problematic than a scale dragon's blood would be.
So,
but he doesn't wake up. He's still green. But as you're praying and you're doing this, when you finish your prayer, you don't hear a voice, but you do hear. You get a feeling. You feel like this peace that passes understanding, if you will. And you get a sense that he's going to be okay. You can't explain it.
Okay.
But you have this sense that he'll be fine.
Well, I think naturally my prayer would turn to thanksgiving and to appreciation for, my friend, and so okay.
So you've reached the conclusion that whatever is happening to Driscol is not necessarily life-threatening.
Okay. I think I'm going to wait till Brendan's back to say much more, because I want his reaction to it.
Icarus, is there anything that you want to do while we're walking down to rejoin the caravan?
Is there any opportunity for looting? Anything else? out of this place.
Yeah. Do you see anything as we're walking?
Not really.
Yeah.
We can go over again though what you received in treasure.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
I wrote down.
Yes. So the treasures you received, there were two bottled potions, red bottled potions. A long gray-blue tongue with a brass cap on the end. And then some documents that seem to be alchemical formulae of some kind, a recipe of some kind. You're not entirely certain what it makes, but it makes something.
Okay, so I'll be we're on our way. You're just asking on our way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just holding it, looking at it, kind of considering it, but my main goal and mission at this particular moment is to get it to our Marco wannabe.
Okay.
To Horace.
Okay. Yeah, you did notice that Sylvester Flint gathered up pretty much all the star maps and everything, and he has the skull.
Okay.
So you're walking down until finally you get to the bottom of the staircase, and you see when Manifest is seen holding Driscol, carrying an unconscious Driscol, Whitehall and some of the other unbound rush up, concerned, and when he gets close, Manifest, he says, what happened? Is he dead?
I shake my head, and from my mouth I say, he was terribly wounded after the defeat of a feathered dragon.
There was a feathered dragon up there? He looks to you and Flint and Mateo and Icarus like in wonder. And you fought a dragon?
Well, I am pretty wounded.
Yeah.
Like he can see all over my face and everything, all the dried blood and stuff.
Well, there's some green blood on you too.
Yeah. I have cracks in me. I'm cracked and
you're a little crumbly right now.
I'm not quite wounded, but pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, we heard some kind of crazy commotion going on up there, and there was flashes of light and things, but God's below, a dragon?
Things
and you're not dead.
Complicated.
He's not dead. Complicated. That's a word for it. Yeah. What's wrong with him then if he's not dead? Did he get cracked in the head or something?
He was covered by the dragon's ichor.
Oh.
So
that's gross.
Looking into it.
Now, how do we get here? We walked. Was this all?
It was a caravan.
Is there a close place? I mean,
they've set up tents.
Okay.
In fact, Whitehall says, "Well, listen, let's get him into a tent. Let's get him out of the open air. Come with me. Come with me." And he turns, and as he turns, Flint stops and says, "Master Whitehall, where's Horace?" And he doesn't answer verbally. He just looks over past the tents, about 50 yards past the tents, and you see Horace standing there, alone atop a low dune, his back turned to everyone, and he's seemingly looking up at the night sky. Okay, so now that we have Brendan back, Brendan wanted to retcon a little something. So, Jeff, why don't you go ahead and do a said reason? Is that what you were looking
for? A hard intuition test.
Intuition.
It's to pick up on something specifically with Mateo.
While he's praying. Yeah.
While so the scene is that he's carrying Driscol down out of the observatory, and Mateo is sitting on top of Driscol. Mm-hmm. He adds like 40 pounds to the whole thing.
Okay.
Nothing for a Graven.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll the test, Jeff.
10, 18, 20.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so tier 3.
So
first time.
It's specifically Mateo's pupils. Instead of business, like sharp eyes, the irises and pupils seem almost different. They're wider. There's an innocent look in his eyes. And the sadness that you see, it's childlike. Like this would be akin to the first time a kid hears something that changes his life.
First real encounter with death, almost.
It's a world-shaking kind of sadness, but he doesn't know how to process it.
Okay.
That's specific to Manifest.
So Manifest is, do you,
I will note
is there
that.
any reaction you want to make to that, or just want to note it?
Well, I think you'll notice that Manifest changes the prayer as he's doing this to include his friends and his comforts and Mateo specifically. You hear Mateo's name in the prayer, knowing they're so close, and praying for protection. He says it like guard their hearts, guard his heart, Mateo's heart, because Manifest is very concerned at that loss of innocence. So it's a very compassionate. It's like a
Mateo. Upon hearing that, he like closes his eyes and tears streak down, and he reaches for a necklace, grabs it, holds it, and he just nods.
Okay.
Wow.
And then, as soon as that happens, Manifest. Mateo then kind of looks up at you, and the eyes are back. They've returned to what you would have expected. The pupils are constricted. And he just kind of gives you this look, and he goes, I do not know what to do. But I want him to be okay. I need him to be okay.
When I prayed before, I mean, this would be probably this moment when I'm praying, Jared, when you told me.
Yeah, you get this intuition.
Yeah, you see a smile of compassion and gentleness come over Manifest face as he kind of looks up himself, and he says, in my heart, and even in darkness, I have been comforted to know that he will be okay. Isolde has made this known to me.
Mateo smiles, and it's a smile of comfort. There's no fear behind his eyes anymore. That look is gone.
Yeah. The goddess of healing is spoken.
Yeah.
So
I
forgot about that. That's in her strong. That's in her wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So the group arrives at the bottom. You have a quick interaction with Whitehall. You told him about the dragon. You're on your way towards to put Driscol in a tent. Sylvester asks Whitehall where Horace is, and Horace is about 50 yards past the camp that was set up, standing on a lone, low dune, looking up with his back turned at the night sky. And Sylvester turns and says to you guys, just a moment, just one more moment. And he rushes over. So here's what we're going to do. Like we said, Avon is not able to be with us tonight. However, there were certain interactions that Avon suspected were going to occur in this session that he really did want to be a part of. So earlier this week, Avon and I took the opportunity to record a few of his interactions, and we're going to watch them now with you guys as I share them on screen.
Sweet.
So this is going to be a little aside where Avon gets to play Sylvester Flint in his interaction with Horace Prim. So without any further ado, Avon's interaction with Horace Prim. So Sylvester, you see Horace standing off, looking at he's standing atop of a low dune, and he's perfectly still, and he's looking up at the night sky, his back turned to you, and you approach.
Is everything all right, my fellow sage?
He doesn't turn, and he keeps looking. And he says, the stars are quite beautiful tonight.
You have no idea. We've made an interesting update involving that. Well, speaking of stars, I have your part of the deal. Star maps and all.
He nods. He gives you a nod. And he doesn't turn. He keeps looking at the stars and says, did you find what you were looking for?
I found something I was looking for. Certainly.
You know, most people called Carbaddon mad for coming out this far into the desert alone. Just he and his assistant. But those are false accusations made by men who spent too many years staring down into books. Do you know what made Carbaddon special, Sylvester Flint?
I've looked through his eyes.
There's a wry smile.
Even as someone who hunts legends, I don't think I've ever felt such wonder. And there was a man, an elf, that I saw connected to him, and but it's that curiosity, that yearning for what's out there, that I think is what made him separate from the rest. I didn't realize you were this involved with him. I mean, how old are you again?
He says, what made Carbaddon special is that curiosity you spoke of, but more than that, he had the wisdom to do the one thing that men of great knowledge have a difficult time doing. Instead of looking down, he looked up. I remember it seems so distant to me now, but I remember as a boy
my mother would take us on the roof of our house in the summer months. And we'd lay on the mud pack roof and stare up into the sky. She loved the stars. I asked her once what they were. They seemed like diamonds on a bolt of navy velvet. She didn't know. And then I asked her why they were up there. And I'll never forget her answer. She said, "Little one, no one knows why the gods make what they make. Not really. But I like to think that they put those stars up there in the sky so that we could look up at them and wonder." Then he looks down. "I heard the battle." And he turns and looks at you. And when he turns and looks at you, his eyes are, they're the same color. And then they're the same eyes that you saw earlier that were filled with fear as Mateo was spontaneously appearing on his shoulders. But they're brighter somehow. And they stand out. And where you saw fear before, you see a calmness, almost like a still sea, a glassy sea. And in them you see the same thing that you would see in such an ocean. Beauty, reflection, but impossible depth behind them. And he says, "Did you kill the dragon?"
I, uh, well, I didn't end the final blow, but yes, there wasn't much else of an option.
He shakes his head, turns back to the stars for a moment and then down to the sand and says, "Poor Memnon. He was such a bright boy."
When I looked through his eyes, I saw him before.
When you say through his eyes, what do you mean exactly?
His skull, it had lenses in the back of it. I looked through it into the night sky to see a clue, but after that, I started to feel foreign emotions, none of my own, and I saw the vision. I don't know if it's something new I developed or something the skull had a way, some sort of magic that latched onto me, but I really did see through his eyes. I saw the telescope made for the first time. Him looking through it, the joy he felt, the wonder he felt. I saw his assistant, Memnon, I saw no madness, just, well, a similar but a different curiosity and a joy at the revelations they had made. Looking forward to things.
This skull showed you much to you.
I guess it has.
Do you still have it?
Yes, I do.
May I see?
Clearly, you're not Horus.
He smiles and says, and holds out his hand expectantly. His very human hand, expectantly.
Mm. Well, normally don't make me regret this, and I hand it to him.
He chuckles and he takes it. He looks at it. He looks at the back, sees the eye holes, and shakes his head ruefully at that, and then he turns it around and holds it up, almost Shakespearean in tone, and he looks into it and says, "I'll never forget the day he came to me and made the request for this venture. His vision was so intoxicating. If only I had had the strength to tell him no." He turns and holds it out to you, back to you. And as you take it, he says, you go to take it, and he reaches forward and puts his hand on your forearm. And when he touches you, there is a strength. It's not painful. He squeezes a little bit, but it's not painful, but you can tell there is an incredible mountainous strength in that grip that is just behind him and behind his grasp and potential. You get the very real sense that if he did squeeze your arm in earnest, it'd shatter the bones like kindling.
And I've already broken all my ribs.
Yeah. And he says, "You should be careful with this."
Yes, I expected I would.
I have if what you're telling me is that your business and your friend's business is concluded in the eye. Correct?
But for now.
And these are the charts you collected. Did you collect all of them?
Everything I could find. Unfortunately, there was some destruction in the lower levels, but
the desert is unkind in that regard. Very well. Well, he lets go of you and says, "I need to do what I came out here to do. So if you wouldn't mind backing up a little."
Of course. Should I tell my friends?
They're fine where they're at.
Okay.
And you back up, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I take like 5 large steps back.
Okay.
I'm just walking backwards.
The air around him starts to shimmer. There is a flash, a flare of golden light that seems to emanate from deep within him. And you immediately can tell with your expertise that a spell is not being cast, it's being released. And the dog is getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Shifting
Bailey's doing her
around.
thing.
There you go. Okay. So
now we're cute.
and you're wide-eyed, awestruck as the light expands. So too does the form of this man, Horace Prim, until it's hard to look at. Like you can barely, it's almost like staring into the sun, and you shy away a little bit. And then when you turn back, sitting atop the low dune, standing on top of the low dune, his wings spread wide, is Bellicis Nasir. And he looks at you with those golden serpentine eyes of his, and you can almost swear like that there's something of a smile. He looks at the caravan. They're shocked. Everybody, the party, the rest of the fated few are all looking stunned, and
drops Driscol to the ground.
Then you hear Whitehall swear quite
Screw you,
loud.
Jared.
I wasn't expecting that at all. And then the dragon's wings stretch out. I mean, he is a lot bigger than Memnon was, and scaled instead of feathered. And his wings stretch out, and there's a large woof, and just the sand blows up almost like a sandstorm at the rush of his wings, and it covers you. Yeah, you cover your face, and a few people cry out as the dragon lifts off and begins to beat his wings as he flies, soaring upward towards the eye, and you're locked on this sight, just dumbstruck as he begins beating his wings to fly in place, as his neck stretches out and then rears up. His cobra hood opens, and you see slits along almost like gill-like slits along his neck beneath his jaw, open and suck in a great gust of air. And then the jaws of the dragon, his teeth, long swords, open as a gout of golden flame, again, metallic golden flame, rushes out of his maw and strikes directly onto the observatory of Carbaddon's eye, and it in a steady, prolonged stream. You can feel the heat from here, hundreds of feet below where this is happening. And it's not uncomfortable, but you're visibly aware that the night is now hotter from this stream of dragon fire as it consumes the observatory. And when it's over, what once was Carbaddon's eye is now a pile of molten slag. Then the dragon arcs through the air, his work finished, and lands on the sand between you and the fated few. And his dragon's head turns to look at you and says, "Come closer, Sylvester Flint."
Lord Nasir, Yeah, I get closer.
Do you kneel?
Yeah.
It's appropriate. He's a
As
king.
as I'm kneeling and looking at the ground, it's like, I feel that I must apologize for our last meeting. I was somewhat dumbfounded by your presence.
This form has that effect.
Yes, yes, it does.
Which is why I chose to travel with you as a man.
Horace was certainly less threatening, yes.
My apologies for the deception, but it is often necessary in order that I might travel where I will.
Lord, I consider it an honor to have traveled with you.
What is this you tell me about things the library does not know about?
Oh, hmm, about that. Um, well, sometimes you say things to convince people to go with you. Sometimes you well, sometimes to accomplish a task given by, say, the library, you have to do certain things that the library.
Enough.
Yes, Lord.
I allowed you this journey as a test to see if you could prove your mettle and worth to my horde. I care not if your methods are eccentric. I care only that those sages in my employ value knowledge and what is right. You have proven both to be true in your case. Go, Sylvester Flint. Journey the firmament. Prove your worth, and you will be welcomed home, a sage and a hero.
Yes, my lord.
Is there anything else you want to say to Bellicus Nasir?
But before I go, I wish you not regret the travels of the sage looking to the stars. His story is complete, and whether he completed his mission in a way that he set out for or not, he found what he was looking for, and I believe was better off for it.
He thinks about that for a second. And then he says, agreed. And then we're going to have some interaction with the party and Bellicus.
Dang right we are.
Okay, gents. So,
good glory.
We want to get the music back up here.
Do I?
I'll let you pick the tone.
Inspiring, obviously.
So, the great serpentine head of Bellicus Nasir, having just
made the entire caravan pee their collective britches.
I think Driscol even peed a little bit.
Yeah, and he's unconscious. Yeah, Manifest dropped him a minute ago.
I'm sorry about that. I'm standing on him. Yeah, just kind of.
You take 2 falling damage.
Yeah. One for each stone foot that he lands on.
Yeah. No, but
laying in a muddy stream now.
Flint just looking at you guys like,
my God.
I don't know. So he turns to look at you. Quick question: who kneels?
Is he still there?
Oh yeah, he's looking at your party right now.
Oh yeah.
He's looking at the 4 of you, including
Mateo will ash pop off of Driscol as far as he can in front of the king. He will kneel, but he will look up and go, I am not exactly sorry about all the things that I said. I was onto you. I just didn't know it was your majesty. Pardon.
You are slow to trust, little one.
Can you blame me? I lost 6 companions because of trust.
Fair enough.
Again, no disrespect. Game respects game. You did great.
But then his head serpents down through the air. His nose comes closer, his snout comes closer to you. It's about 3 or 4 feet away. And his tongue flicks out. His forked dragon's tongue flicks out, smelling the air around you. It doesn't touch you, but it flicks in your face. And then it retracts back into his maw. And he says, and as he speaks, you can feel the heat of his breath.
Yeah.
And he says, it's like somebody's blowing a hairdryer in your face.
Yeah.
And he says,
but 100 hairdryers.
Would you like the knife back?
I think that belongs to our friend behind you. If you want to give it to me, I will absolutely take the knife that was held by the Dragon King.
I think I'll keep it.
And he just...
You add it to that fancy pile of coins that I most certainly do not steal from.
He smiles a little bit. And then he looks down and he sees Driscol laying there. Then his head sways a little bit and again arcs a little closer. He actually takes a step in the sand and you feel the sand all around you vibrate with his weight.
The water jugs, there's the ripple in the water.
Yeah.
Doom.
Thank God you're not in a Jeep.
Yeah.
In a rainstorm.
Yeah. No, but he see, Jeff got it. But he looks at
Jeff Goldblum can play D&D with
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, dude, that'd be great.
I think I would like that very much.
Yes.
Now but he looks down at Driscoll's unconscious form and says,
Interesting. What happened to the dwarf?
He was covered in the blood of the dragon.
As it died.
Chase. I was the one who felled it.
he gets closer, does the tongue flick thing again, and rears back, and he makes an expression. It's not quite disgust, but it's like when you're tasting something and you're thinking about what it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he says, the air around him tastes of magic, of changing.
What kind of changes, Your Majesty?
I am uncertain.
Do you have healers who can look after him?
Of course. But they are many days away.
But your clutches, you could hold him and fly.
He looks at you.
I assume much. I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
Never apologize for making a request for a friend.
He is a good dwarf. I would say man, but he's full dwarf.
Then he looks at Manifest and says,
who's kneeling?
Yeah. Rise, Graven, and tell me what you think of this.
By your honor, I have prayed to Isolde, and in my heart she has assured me that he will be okay. What that means I do not know. And so I stand with confidence before you that he will stand again, but how I know not.
If she of the White Wings says he will be fine, then he will be fine. Though I would not expect him to be the same.
In my eyes, I've seen these children change, and it is for the good. They are good.
You have done my kingdom a service in ridding it of this mad pest. I thank you.
In your lightness, I thank you for your gratitude and pray that we will all serve you and much goodness. Please bless us on our further journeys.
You have been chosen to walk a strange and interesting path. I smell an air of destiny about perhaps you are here for a reason. And when he says that, he looks specifically at Icarus for some reason.
Icarus is kneeling as well.
But when you look up, you see the dragon's eyes on you, locking with you.
That can be right. I only joined because my master told me to come and watch after Bester.
Perhaps.
We call ourselves the Fated Few. What do you think about fate, my friend?
Fate. Many assume life to be a game of dice. Then maybe it is.
You're whining.
But just because you have to throw the dice doesn't mean you cannot wait the roll.
Like getting an edge or a double edge.
Correct. He says,
we have fun here at the Fyresidefables.
Where do you journey to next?
Something tells me we are heading north? The hinterlands, I think?
Those wilds are beyond my protection.
Do you have any advice King Bellisis, if that is your real name.
He laughs. You've never heard a dragon laugh before. It's unsettling.
Mateo regrets nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a title in and of itself. Dragon Jester.
He says, "What if I told you my name is Horace Prim?"
I would say that you upgraded.
Another laugh. The hinterlands are wild. They are unpredictable. And your friend is injured. I do not know for how long. You two are Blackguard.
See, we are.
Return to your master before the journey north. That is my advice. But do what you will. My work here is done. The stain lifted from my kingdom. I must return. Go under the wings of Nasir and sleep well.
And he turns and starts to pad off away.
My king, can I ask you one more question?
Speak.
He gives a nervous glance to the party and then looks back and says, "You have scales, which means you did not do this to yourself. I mean no disrespect, but what advice would you give to someone whose mission lies outside of their own being?"
So he says,
and the others that do not walk this path with you might be lost. If you find yourself on such a path, do not walk. Run to win.
and then he turns and he walks away, a little ways away, everybody bowing. 1 second. He pads away and gives the camp one final look. And then he roars. And the roar, you see behind you birds scared from their perches in the mountains fly off from the sound. I mean, it is an echoing, cavernous sound. And then he, the camels spook a little bit, but they're bound.
You think?
They're
spook
bound.
And poop? Yep.
They're hobbled. And then he spreads his wings, lifts off again, and in the blink of an eye, disappears amongst the stars of the night sky as he flies back towards Callus.
Dang, that's awesome. Jared, well done.
Oh, no problem. So you guys get Driscol in a tent. Whitehall is saying, you know Bellisis Nasir. He knew you. And Vester says, know is a strong word.
We're best friends. I walked on his shoulders.
I saw that. And I mean, maybe you should just be careful whose shoulders you pop up on. And
Vester says, better advice I have never heard. And then you guys get Driscol settled. Manifest, are you going, as you don't really sleep, are you going to watch over him?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, in fact, I will probably be touching him the whole night, trying to monitor.
Yeah, and I would imagine Mateo is going to stay in the tent too nearby. There's places for you to sleep. They take Icarus and Vester to another tent. Sleep is hard to find at night because it's pretty late and you're pretty jazzed from all the adrenaline. You guys wash up. You wash Driscol more. You fix your wounds, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Repair your gear, and you can still look up at the top of the mountain or the top of the ridge where there's still a glowing pile of molten rock rapidly cooling that used to be Carbaddon's Eye. And then you go to bed that night dreaming of dragons. Okay. So, and Adam, I know you've had very little to do so far, so I'm going to give you something to do.
Oh, I've been enjoying this. This is great.
Okay. So roll a d6 for me.
Roll a d6. 3.
3. Okay. So you are still unconscious when the morning breaks. Manifest.
Mm-hmm.
As you were watching through the night, he was having some fitful sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was dreaming. Rapid eye movement, maybe some slight talking.
Mm-hmm.
Driscol, describe for me a memory that would be an uncomfortable dream for Driscol.
So, an uncomfortable moment would be Driscol standing before several other dwarves sitting at a table, all of them looking rather grumpily at him.
Okay.
And some back and forth accusations from them on misconduct in the military, questionable calls in battle, him defending himself, and one of those you guys are in nice ivory towers and behind tables while we're down in the trenches and the the valleys and in the midst of it all, and how kind of a little bit of a defiant, how dare you question my decisions kind of a thing. And eventually, though, he is dishonorably discharged.
Yeah, so there's a moment where you finish your monologue, and then a dwarf sitting near the head of the tribunal in a beautiful uniform, wearing many, many medals, an aged dwarf the lines of whose face you memorized as a child a long time ago, stands up, slams his fist on the granite table and says, "Enough! You break our hearts." And then you know what's going to come next. What is going to be said next. And you drop your eyes in shame. And then when you look up, the dwarf isn't standing there, but instead a tall, blue-robed, hood-up individual. And you hear a whisper. The past has no claim on you any longer. And you remain unconscious for the rest of the day.
Wow.
Icarus, during your sleep, what's a dream
that Icarus would find great comfort in.
Great comfort?
Mm-hmm. Or a memory. Could
Yeah,
be a memory or a dream.
It would probably be a memory. It would be one of those situations where it starts off with discomfort, so he's remembering times in the alleys of Corinth, of starving, freezing to death at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he had stolen for so long to get by, and then reaching up and he reaches into a pocket.
Mm-hmm. So,
all of a sudden, the hand of Kieran O'Roon reaches down and grabs Icarus by the wrist. And then it would be flashes of memory.
Yeah.
Of,
so
of,
in
of
the
like,
dream, you're enjoying the dream because you've always loved this memory. About to pick the pocket of a giant, a hero of legend, right?
Right.
And you see your little hand reach up toward the pouch. But in the moment where he is supposed to turn, you remember in the memory, he is supposed to turn and reach out and grab at your wrist. Oh, hey, Avon's joining us. Mm-hmm. Hi, Avon.
Hi. Hey. There he is.
Guess Avon got off work.
Yes, he did.
All right.
Hello.
Yeah, I forgot that I have an early morning appointment, which means I'm not allowed to be at work past 7:30.
Okay, so there you go. All right,
there you go.
Okay, cool. So, there's the moment where Icarus, he's supposed to grab your wrist, and you're supposed to look up and see a bright, elvish smile, right?
Right.
But in that moment, a turning happens, and someone takes your hand gently, almost with a caress, not a grabbing of the wrist. When you look, it's not a child's hand, it's an adult hand, it's your hand. The knuckles scarred from years of training, the calluses rough from all the fighting you've done. And as you look, it is not Kieran O'Roon holding your hand, it is a feminine form, wearing robes that seem to be stitched of pure shadow. Black, but a beautiful, haunting black. And a faceless void under the hood. And you hear a voice, sweet and seductive, say, "Always have you been one to reach out and take what is needed. You will do so again. But for whom? Yourself? Or the one who holds your leash?" And then you wake up.
Yeah, in a cold sweat.
You sit up in bed, and you were in the tent with Sylvester.
Right.
So Sylvester just sees you bolt upright in your cot.
You good, bro?
Trying to get my beauty to sleep over here.
Yeah.
Icarus is full on panicking in this moment. So breathing, needs a paper bag,
Yeah.
Hyperventilate. And he doesn't say anything. He's just trying to get his bearings.
Okay.
So I'm going to text you something, Cody.
Okay.
You can choose to share or not. Okay. Whispers. Okay.
It's not me this time.
It's not. So you guys start the day. Manifest. He, like I said, he had fitful sleep. His condition doesn't seem to have changed. I'm not even going to make your roll because now he's unconscious and you have time to take your time in examining him in the morning. And his fever has broken. He seems it's almost like a deep sleep instead of a coma. And as you look at his skin, it's still green in blotches, but it almost looks like a birthmark now instead of a stain. Like it's becoming a part of him. So that morning, you meet with, we'll fast forward a little bit. You meet with Whitehall, and Whitehall comes up to the group at breakfast and says, "So are we breaking camp today and going back to Callus, or?"
Affirmative and negative, my friend.
You're gonna have to give me more than that.
How much more do we need to pay in order to take us to...
Listen, friends of the king get to ride for free. Okay? So, where do you want to go?
We go to the moon. Sorry. No, sorry.
If it's in Amora, I can get you there.
No, okay, no.
It's certainly in Amora, my friend. We are going to Lord Emmerich. We're going to Blackreach.
You want to go to Blackreach?
As soon as possible.
Okay.
All Driscoll and I have to do is tell the Blackreach that you are welcomed in, and you'll be welcomed. You don't have to join. That is fine. But you are welcome.
Okay. Sure. Cody, that's up to you.
Gotcha.
He says, okay. Well, sure. It's about a 5-day trip from here.
That's fine.
We've got plenty of supplies. So yeah.
It's a good thing you do not eat. Well,
it does help. It does help. We don't drink either. So
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you ever miss the good stuff?
Yeah. I mean, we drink, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
We just don't have to.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah. So let's strike camp and we'll set out shortly. Your friend, who's still a bit whammied, he can ride in one of the wagons.
Manifest can carry him. Please
or
tell me,
Manifest can
has anyone
him.
ever told you that you sound like Beetlejuice?
Beetle? Is that like juice made out of beetles, or is it?
Don't say it 3 times.
They never will. They never will.
Okay.
What about
yeah.
It means armpit of the giant in Arabic. It really does. I'm sorry.
Really
Yeah.
The giant's armpit.
That's
the more you know. Dun, 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 dun.
It's
Okay.
Michael
Watch out
Keaton,
for
come
them
play Draw
sandworms.
Steel with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
dude, that'd be great.
Oh boy, I would freak out. Please yell at me. Yell at me. Anyway, so you guys break camp. Manifest are you going to insist on carrying Driscoll?
If
or
it's going to depend on how good the cart is.
It's a pretty good wagon. It's a pretty well provisioned
Mateo's not leaving Driscoll's side.
Yeah,
there is a wagon used to hold supplies, kind of like the chuck wagon, but they put together a cot inside.
Could I walk next to it, and then that way I could always be. And
you can walk behind
Mateo.
it.
I know Mateo would never leave, so.
Yeah, so both of you are in the cot. You guys are making the trip. We'll fast forward. The next day, he's still unconscious. The hue is deepening. At first it was kind of like a toxic green, like a sickly green. Now it's turning into more of a verdant emerald forest green. More lively looking, healthy looking, but still unsettling because you've never seen a green dwarf before. So you guys travel.
That sounds pretty gross. I'm not going to lie.
But he is still unconscious.
Except for that one time when the seas got really choppy on the way over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a little green.
Mateo does remember. It's okay.
Is he losing weight? Is he losing weight? Because I'm worried about him not eating.
No.
Okay.
No. He seems to.
Is the splotch spreading?
When Manifest comes to check, Mateo goes, "The magic is working."
Is the splotch spreading over his skin, like covering more and more of it?
Chia. Yeah.
Sorry, Adam.
We trim him.
I like that a lot. That was great.
It's interesting that you say
Mateo
that.
pulls a knife and goes, "I do this for you, my friend."
It's becoming more uniform.
Okay.
One
could say
Still
it's
unconscious.
growing on him.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Adam, give me as everyone beds down that night before the morning. Give me another dream of Driscoll. This can be a dream or memory, something he invented, something that happened where he felt sadness.
Sadness. Oh, well, that's an easy one. His memory's going to go back to just outside of Carthage, as he and Mateo stand up from the ground amidst a place where a fight, like a really hard fight, went down. There's bodies everywhere. Several of them are friends, and they're just walking through the carnage that was the betrayal.
Yeah.
That brought this party together eventually. But yeah, he thinks back on Nico and the double crossing and the loss of their squad, who had been together for a long time.
So you look down to one of the bodies, a friend of more than a year, and you feel the weight of the responsibility that it was your job to keep this person safe. They trusted you. They put their life in your hands, and now they lie dead at your feet. But as you blink and you look again, and laying there in the place of this body is that blue-robed figure. And you hear another voice saying, "The dead do not sleep. They dream." Cody, as Icarus goes to sleep that night, give me a memory or a dream where he would feel fear.
So the most poignant fear he ever felt in his life was, as a very young child, going home and being nobody there.
Okay.
Your parents are completely missing.
So you're running through the home, shouting, "Mama, Dad, Mama!" And you're running through, and there's no one there.
and you felt this before, and you're crying, and then you hear footsteps behind you, and you turn because there's not supposed to be footsteps behind you. This house is, and there, standing there, is that black-clad feminine figure again, and you're an adult again, standing there before it in your childhood home, and saying, and the voice says, "Sweet child, so quickly thrown away, waiting for someone to pick you up and give you purpose." And then you wake up. But before that, Brendan did in the middle of the night, there's a moment where Manifest goes off to check the perimeter, and you have a few moments alone with Driscol. Is there anything that you want to do or say?
If Driscol can hear, there is a small voice, and it says, "I don't exactly know what the green means, but it does look really cool." "I hope you wake up soon. I reread my letter from me da, and you're nothing like him, but you're kind of better because you're not upset with me, and you didn't write me off, and I want you to heal." So that's kind of it. I drew you a picture. It's tucked in your breast pocket, the one that you like to keep secret things in. That's all. And if he's conscious, he then hears, "Okay, now go to sleep. We have a big day tomorrow. We are getting closer to Black Reach."
Okay. So, Driscol. In the morning, you awake, and you look down to your chest, and you see Mateo sleeping against you.
He's curled up like a cat on his chest.
For warmth. It is cold in the desert.
At the desert night. Yeah. Yes, it is.
It is not the first time. It is for fun.
That's fair.
Mateo,
I am small. What do you want from me?
You feel the body beneath you begin to stir and move. And you wake up.
Mateo intentionally does nothing and waits to see what happens.
I was going to say, Driscol probably kind of wakes up with a bit of a jerk.
Yeah. And then you feel him start
Don't call Mateo that.
Sorry. Then you feel him start to sit up.
It's not inaccurate. It's okay.
You finally wake up and turn, and is excited to see that your friend is awake. Adam, please describe to Mateo what Driscol looks like.
So Driscol looks down at you smiling. He's got his beard is a little disheveled. He hasn't, groomed it in a couple of days.
Understandable. You've had other things going on.
Yeah. On the right side of his face, from almost like Phantom of the Opera-ish. There's there's this patch of green. It kind of covers over his ear a little bit. Goes down the side of his neck and into his armor. And he's actually looking down at you with his silver left eye and a yellow right eye.
Oh no.
And he doesn't necessarily know this yet, of course. And so he sees you and he kind of smiles and reaches forward.
Is that it on the physical description?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Okay.
No. So he reaches forward to kind of pat you on the head, and he looks down at his hand, and the top of his hand is also green.
Okay.
It's the same green. And when he stops and kind of looks at it, pulls his sleeve back a little bit, the arm that he can reveal, and he's still got his, is also this green.
Sure.
And you looking at it, it almost like shimmers.
Well, okay, so the timing on this matters.
Okay.
What all does he see before the whole reach out moment?
Okay. Before the reach out, just him
So
sitting
it's
up.
dark. It's a little dark in the back of the wagon.
Okay.
You're seeing on his right. You're seeing on his right side. There is a green modeling now.
Sure.
And it's catching the light in a strange way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's almost a sheen to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
a yellow eye.
And the yellow eye.
So Driscol hears, huh!
Manifest just screams like a girl. No, you're kidding.
What?
In my pants, I have peed.
And he really kind of, and he's like, what? And he kind of looks around, and he's not obviously in.
And that would have been like the mid-reach when then he sees his own hand.
Yeah, he sees his hand and kind of looks at it closely, and
we'll say in that moment.
Yeah.
Manifest comes up and he opens the back of the wagon and lets the morning light in.
God.
And now there's a full view of what this
vampire
transformation is.
Yeah, no. So what he sees is there's, like I said, there's still, even especially with the light, there's a little bit of a sheen to it. And he's looking at he brushes it down in his hand like that, and it's quite soft. And then he brushes it back the other way, and tiny little feathers stand up with scales underneath. Almost think like you ever seen a green hummingbird?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're tiny little feathers. How smooth and how kind of they make kind of a sheen on the outside. That's basically what he's seeing. He's got these tiny little feathers, and when he rubs them back the other way, it looks scaly underneath. And he's like, what is going on? He looks around, he realizes he's not in the observatory anymore. He's like, where?
Okay, before you freak out, you look great, everything's fine.
Mateo,
it's been a couple of days. My lieutenant.
Where are we?
We are in the wagon on our way to Black Reach.
Okay, that's good. What?
Whitehall is leading the caravan.
Okay.
They did not charge us anymore because, you know Horace?
Yeah, the little spindly kid.
Yeah, it turns out I was right.
I knew it all along.
About?
Turns out, so that guy Horace, let's just say that a wizard did something untoward to him, and now he is a dragon named Belosis Nasir. King of Imora. I know, it's a lot to take in. He's really big and has the cobra thing. It's really big.
he'll sit up. He kind of coughs a minute.
Does anything come up when he coughs?
And actually, yeah. So there's actually a little bit of smoke that comes out of his mouth whenever he sits up and coughs.
Again, he hears Matilda's.
And just
that's okay. That's not a problem.
No, this is fine.
This is normal.
This is fine.
Wait, Okay, so we were Memnon.
Boss, I'm really sorry. I shot him and then he spilled all of his blood onto you. It was a whole thing, like you were drenched and you started turning green and stuff.
You got slimed.
Might explain a couple of things.
I feel so funky.
Like a guest presenter at the Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You got doused.
Oh,
If someone was recording, it would have gone viral.
Yeah. So we got him?
He is at rest.
Is everybody else okay?
They're doing okay.
Good. That was quite the fight.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. So we killed a dragon.
You know, I did it, but yeah, it's kind of a thing. We worked really hard together. Good teamwork. Lots of good teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see another.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
did you see that?
Yeah.
You blew a smoke ring with your cough. Are you okay?
I did. Just feeling.
Yeah, you feel a heat.
Yeah, a little heartburn
at the back of your throat.
I love smoked duck.
Going on.
No, it's not duck.
Listen, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy a pipe every once in a while, but
yeah,
you don't have a pipe.
You are a pipe.
So we're headed to Blackreach.
Yes, Chase. We are.
Okay. Okay.
If it's any consolation, and he's at this point, he like full like elbows manifest. He's trying to get like an actual rice. Tell him what his soul told you. It's very important.
In my heart, Isolde said to me that you would be okay.
See, a goddess said you're going to be fine.
If that means that this splitting headache goes away soon, then that's great. I'm happy to hear that.
Sylvester, we need tea.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of you, boss.
Mint tea would be a little bit of lemon. That'd be
mint. Bring the
fantastic.
peppermint.
With my eyes, your head is not splinting.
I kick in the door. I have
splitting.
two
He
cups
said
of tea.
split.
Yeah.
Splinting.
Well, geez, it took you
He
long
kicks
enough.
in the door. He kicks in the door with 2 cups of tea and goes, "Oh yeah."
Kool-Aid man? Was that?
Tea-aid.
Yep.
Tea-aid.
Tea-aid, man.
Tea-aid. Okay, so Adam, go ahead and write on Driscoll's character sheet the title "Dragon Blooded."
Yeah.
That's slick. That is so slick.
It's a tier 3 title.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
but you got drenched, bud.
Dang.
Nuts.
Is there any
Got
title
full
for
scales,
Dragon
all I got was a
Killer?
broken ribs.
Well, it was gonna be whoever was closest to the dragon when he died, and it was between Icarus and Driscoll, and you rolled below 5 or below, so it was Driscoll.
You're welcome, Adam.
Sorry, Cody. Better luck next time.
Next big
dragon.
monster, I'm standing right next to all the time.
Right.
I'm perfectly okay with Icarus.
You were free to have the
Hey,
next
my one request is that the next monster has a reason score of -2 or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my one request, Jared.
I'll see what I can
We
do.
attacked the mighty mold.
There's a title in there. I'm just saying, it's a thing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Solo or leader, I'm not picky.
So you Whitehall sees Driscoll come out, this dwarf that has been somewhat drag mortified.
Drag mortified.
And he goes, "Sweet googly moogly. What, son? You have a condition."
So I've noticed.
You don't say.
Yeah, how many?
What happened to you? Are those feathers?
Actually,
Small, tiny ones.
I think they are.
How do you feel?
Other than a kind of a big headache and hungry, I feel pretty good, actually.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely get you fed. We can definitely get you fed.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and so before they break camp, they give you a hearty breakfast. Is there any interaction anybody wants to have today, or do we want to fast forward?
I'm good.
Okay.
So at some point, Driscoll will kind of have a bit of a coughing fit.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of walk away from the group, just kind of like, I got this. Just give me a sec.
You coughing up smoke or feathers?
And no, and so
Terrible.
then he gets like, takes like one real big breath, you know, like when you
Like you just got to get, there's something in there that you got to clear. Right.
Right. And he takes a big deep breath and coughs it out. And sure enough, he will actually breathe fire.
Oh my.
What color is the fire? Green?
The fire will this one I think no, they just be regular fire.
Okay, so red.
Regular fire. Just,
wow.
But he definitely,
these Christmas colors.
He breathes fire for sure. And in a second he kind of that's
yeah, Whitehall goes, you just breathe fire.
Mateo's in the corner going, this is fine.
He's still my friend. He's still my friend.
Apparently.
Do you have poison teeth?
I don't think so.
I mean, what did that feel like coming out? Did it hurt?
Yeah. Felt warm. Felt kind of like that.
I mean, how's your beard? Did your beard? Because your beard is around your mouth.
Yeah, the beard's fine. Beard's fine. I'm probably
asbestos beard.
I'd be careful. Yeah. I'd be careful with that because next thing you know, your face is on fire.
Yeah.
And he works so hard on the beard. It takes a long time.
It's all fun and games until somebody's beard catches fire.
I need some clam chowder.
And he will...
This is the worst lunch.
Yeah. It's like I had that really spicy curry that one time, and it just kind of came back. It just,
we got more porridge if you want.
Driscol, was it like a verp?
Kind of, yeah.
That's horrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. Was it? I mean, wasn't terrible. I could.
You don't have to lie. There's no need to sugarcoat. If you're burping and coughing fire, this is pretty bad.
I get used to this. I get used to this.
I learned it from you.
So he thinks about it a second.
You could get used to burping fire.
To burping fire.
Burping.
To burping fire.
So he thinks about it for a second, and he's like, that was kind of on accident. I want to try something.
Uh-oh.
I'll try it on purpose. And so he'll
5 steps back.
He'll separate himself enough from the group enough, and he'll kind of concentrate. Take a really big deep breath, and if I read this correctly, Jared, this is a DM question.
Okay.
So the dragon breath ability, the effect it says is you choose the ability's damage type.
Yes.
From acid, cold, corruption, fire, lightning, or poison.
Yes, and you can change it.
I was gonna say, is that each time, or is that like I pick one and that's what it is?
You can choose each time. I'm going to rule that as each time, but it's dragon fire. So it is not normal. It's always fire.
Okay.
So it's always flame, but it's a magic kind of flame. So in this case, it would be, let me make sure I'm reading this right. So for those of you wondering at home, the dragon blooded title gives you certain traits, ancestry traits from the wormling ancestry, which includes dragon breath, and he got to pick. So you're lucky he doesn't have wings. Okay, now
I thought about it.
I know you thought about it. Yeah. Flight is amazing.
I thought about it.
So it is always fire, but it is either acidic fire, cold fire, corruptive fire, plain fire, electric fire, or poison fire.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
Dude, you had me at cold fire.
I know. Yeah. Well, that's what he's going to try to manifest. He figures he's in the desert. It's kind of warm. Sun's coming up, and so he's going to like, well, I just wonder. And so he breathes in deep.
And it is, by the way, a 3 cube within 1.
Yes.
Wow.
3 cubes within 1. Tier 1 does 2 damage. Tier 2 does 4 damage. Tier 3 does 6 damage. But it's 3 cubes within 1.
I don't feel bad anymore.
On each enemy in the area. So, yeah.
So
he'll kind of concentrate a second, take a big deep breath, and he'll shoot for cold. He'll think cold and do cold fire.
Okay.
If that's a thing. And so
it's blue. The fire is blue, and where it hits the sand, frost starts to grow out.
And here's Mateo goes, "This is fine."
Oh, this is fine.
It's like I'm gonna get up to some nonsense.
I get used to this.
I'm so glad I am your friend.
I'm glad you're my friend too.
So is that one yellow eye? Is it normal people in Iris, or is it...
I don't think it's going to be complete dragon. I think it's normal pupil, but it's definitely got like a yellowish gold behind it. You know, the whites of his eye are now
the sclera,
one gold, one
white.
silver.
Yeah,
or the sclera are yellow gold.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
One silver, one gold eye, and then if you'll allow me one more thing, just I will kind of want to pull Vester aside a moment and say,
sure,
you've read a lot, right? I mean,
yes.
There's, I don't know how to explain it. I've had a couple of pretty crazy dreams. I've been told some interesting things over the last couple, apparently, days. But there's this oath that's in my head that I wonder if it sounds familiar to you, if you've ever heard of it anywhere.
Well, first, what do you mean? You've dreamt of this oath?
No. I dreamt of memories. And in those memories, there was this somebody in these memories. I had like at least 3 of them. Somebody in these memories, like a loved one sometimes, was replaced with this really tall, blue-robed figure that was not in that memory.
If I might ask, did his robe have silver accents, decorations?
Did they, Jared? Did they have silver accents? Yes, they did.
Oh,
why?
I never told you guys what I saw when I looked in that skull, did I?
You did what?
Yeah, he wasn't completely unconscious for that part.
You did what with us?
He passed out in the observatory and woke up in a wagon.
So you're a bit behind.
Yeah.
We found the hint we were looking for.
Oh.
His skull, the dwarf's skull, it had lenses in it, and when I looked through these, well, you might have remembered the dragon saying, if you could only look through his eyes.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I did. And
you found Carbaddon's skull.
I found Carbaddon's skull. The eyeless dome mentioned in the poem, I assume must have been this.
Oh.
When I looked towards the sky, the stars, they pointed in directions due to the next destination of our party, the next clue. We're on a path. But that wasn't all I saw. As I was holding it, I felt a sort of resonating emotion, this wonder greater than anything I've seen. And I saw his memories. When the telescope was first made, his assistant before he turned into what we saw him as, before he grew mad, he was innocent. And
yeah, I've got a little issue with your friend Astro on that. You'd think he'd remember.
Yeah.
His assistant was turning into a dragon, but I mean, it's whatever. It's fine.
He probably didn't know.
Astro?
Here we go.
This is Avon's fault, by the way. He's the one that named that dude.
I did do that. But the man in his dreams, I saw that blue-robed man, an elf. He had elven claws. I have suspicions, but I dare not speak them out loud.
Strangest thing, when I blacked out after apparently Mateo's killing blow, I had a vision. This first time I saw this guy. And he told me, you listen, but you don't hear. You have to see through his eyes. And apparently you did. So good on you. That's something else.
It's quite the experience.
Yeah. He also said, here begins the trail.
Yes. It seems the skies themselves are leading us along an adventure.
Man. But no, this oath, it wasn't in any of the dreams. It's just in my head. Ever since I've woken up, and it's crystal clear. It's right. It's just right there at the forefront of my mind. It's even should the sun stop in the sky, even should the night last 1,000 years, I will stand forever. I shall not yield. Those who suffer and yearn for justice, I am your sword and shield. I will yield no ground. I will speak no lies. I will stand against all tyrants until the last villain dies.
That's some oath. Does that ring a bell to
Oh, this one's going to be a hard test, but give me a legends test.
+4.
This is a hard one.
It's going to be a 17 exactly.
That's tier 3.
Yeah.
Is that beat?
You're not, even with the tier 3, you don't know exactly where it comes from. But with that tier 3 result plus your eidetic memory and all the books you've read in the library, you think about it, and then it comes to you. That is an ancient Wymerian battle cry.
I speak Wymere, so I'm going to repeat that back to him in Wymere.
Withish. Yeah.
Withish. Yes, I've heard this before. That's a battle cry, not an oath. I mean, it sort of acts like an oath, but
it's a battle poem. It's like a battle poem. It's something that elvish warriors would recite before battle.
Well, it sounded a lot prettier when you said it, but I didn't catch.
Well, it was Withish. It's Elven, ancient.
Okay.
Hearing it in your head is curious.
Yeah. There's a lot of curious going on right now, but interesting.
I have the heebies and the jeebies.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. That's interesting. I focus on that, and it's kind of uplifting. Kind of gives me gets me want to go in. Want to get going. It's kind of yeah.
I don't know what it comes from, but I have to assume there's some kind of connection between that and this blue-robed man that we posted.
Let me ask this: where are you two having this conversation?
Not necessarily
like
hidden or anything. Yeah, as we were kind of heading back after my fire breathing episode.
I'm going to go ahead and say that Icarus.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about
you were near enough by to hear them talk about. You overheard Driscol say, "I had dreams with a blue-robed guy in them."
Yeah, I'm not exactly like hiding it or anything like that. We're just kind of open conversation.
So Icarus will approach and say, "I apologize for eavesdropping into your conversation, but I just heard mention of a blue-robed figure that there was some concern about."
Icarus.
Is this correct?
Yeah, I while I was out, I had a few dreams. They were, I guess I call them dreams. They're more memories, really. And then I don't know if it's misremembering or what, but like in the memory, all of a sudden there'd be this blue-robed guy that wasn't there at one point, but then he was, and sometimes he was in the place of somebody else, and he told me one of a different kind of stuff. I don't know. It was interesting.
So as you say that, Icarus contemplates for a moment, and then he looks over and he says, "I too have been having similar dreams. Memories of a happy time where my master Kieran Arun was replaced by mine was a feminine figure in blue robes.
Black robes.
Oh, black robes.
Black
robes. Oh, okay. Black robes. And
amateur. Love you, Cody.
I heard blue. No.
Plaid.
I'll never go plaid.
So blue they were black.
Yeah.
And I had another memory that was a very frightening time in my life where I should have been alone, but the same figure was there. Both times she whispered to me things that were unsettling. Not sure how to describe it, but at one point, the indication that was that I might have to return to some things from my youth that were necessary to survive.
That's interesting.
Stealing and I don't know what to make of it.
Just to be clear, earlier, the other session when Driscol had the journal of Carbaddon, he shared its contents with everybody. Yes.
I'm not sure he did.
Did he? Did he not?
I didn't. I don't know. I can't remember if I read it out loud.
I think he summarized it for you.
I summarized it for everybody. Yeah.
You still have it. But
yeah,
you did.
You took it out of there, so it is still in your possession, Driscol.
Yep. Carbaddon's journal. Yep. I'll drop it in the chat.
They should have it too, but if you don't have it, it's in the chat.
So I remember us going over it.
Yeah.
As a group.
Yeah, I in the moment I summarized it. I didn't want to spend too long reading it over, just because we had only so much time at the time. It felt like, but
sure,
yeah, it was.
So would Flint know the contents?
Yeah, let's assume that by now he has shared it with everybody.
Yeah.
In Carbaddon's journal, I seem to remember several comments about a voice that spoke to Carbaddon. A voice that drew him to the stars, and a different voice to Memnon.
Yeah, that's the impression I got too.
And since I saw the man you've been seeing in your dreams, in Carbaddon's dreams, well, stands to reason.
I don't like the idea of that very much, as he looks at Icarus.
Neither do I.
Well, because the implication is that the one that Memnon heard drove him mad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, noted that for sure.
Icarus, you might be in some trouble.
Your skull is haunted.
Growing to understand that.
So you guys are talking. The day is progressing.
Yeah.
We'll fast forward again. That night comes again. You both rarely go to sleep. Neither of you have strange dreams that night. They're normal. And then you wake up in the morning and you have one more day of travel. And then eventually, in the distance, appearing at the foot of the mountains, you see almost as a mirage, a haze on the horizon. As in the morning heat, you arrive at the fortress known as Blackreach, home of the Blackguard. And it is clearly a ancient fortress from many, many years ago in Imora's past. In fact, it is rumored that the fortress, the original keep and fortress itself, was built by the fallen human nation of Gingara. And it's even rumored that here a great battle was fought between one of the wizard kings of Gingara and Bellicis Nasir himself.
No way.
And many years later, centuries even, the place had become a ruin, and Bellicis gifted it to the Blackguard in return for a great service that the mercenary company paid to him in service to Amora. And since then, in the 30 plus years since that happened, the Blackguard has been refurbishing and repairing, and even expanding in some places the newly minted fortress of Blackreach. So as you draw closer, you can see that there are some parts of the wall that are scaffolded, and there are, there's damage and weathering on the wall, but it's very fortified. And right away, those of you who are first arriving here for the first time can tell that this structure is built to withstand a significant and prolonged siege. This is a very, very well fortified position. And as you draw closer to the gates, Whitehall and his company says, "Well, we're not really supposed to get this close. Are you sure this is okay?"
No, it's fine. Mateo and I'll take point. Okay. We'll go in first. We'll walk.
Oh, don't worry. I've tried to break in here before. They won't kill you.
Yeah, you say that out loud?
Yeah.
He'll kind of look over at Vester. A little bit of a grin on his face, trying to tell if he's serious or not.
I haven't told you guys that, have I?
You tried to break into Blackreach? Are you crazy?
Yeah, I've never a little bit.
Vesta, your stupid is showing.
Yeah.
I didn't get in.
Clearly.
Obviously, otherwise you would be dead.
I obviously didn't do anything dumb enough to get me killed.
Well, Driscol
you did not
would
succeed, which caused you not to be slain.
Driscol would look at Mateo and be like, although, you think about it, Mateo, if he actually made it inside and they found him inside, he might have been impressed.
Possibly, but then he would be Blackguard.
Yeah. That or dead.
And he is not.
So
then he would be given the choice, be Blackguard or
the second attempt gave me the impression
Church of England, Keiko Death.
I'm sorry, the second what?
Give me a job or give me death.
So you finally get closer to the gate, the drawbridge, across the moat, and you hear a voice call out from the watchtower above the gate. Halt! Who goes there?
Mateo will ash pop out and let Driscoll kind of walk up.
Yeah.
Ashwing Cadre.
I'm standing behind Manifest.
You hear a muffling. I should have done this.
We're all in
Hello?
How's your French accent?
He's already got one.
Now go away, or I'll talk to you a second time.
Yep. Your mother isn't no one.
Your mother is a hamster,
and your father smelled of elderberries.
So you hear a murmur up top, and then, to everyone's surprise, slowly,
not everyone's,
the cranking of a chain as the gate begins to lower, the drawbridge begins to lower across the moat. And the portcullis behind that also retracts up into the stone as the gate of Blackreach lays open before you expectantly.
I'm not saying you have to join, but you do need to go in.
Blackreach. Finally.
So Driscoll will look at Mateo with a more serious look on his face, hollering out Ashwing Cadre. You know, it kind of brought him back for a second. He'll look at Mateo with a more serious look on his face and say, "Welcome home.
6 fell.
2 remain.
One day none.
And peace."
So does everybody, the caravan begins to move into Blackreach. Does everybody go along?
You want to come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you enter into the the courtyard, you see bustling activity. It's still a desert fortress. It's dry, it's sandy, but there's a vibrancy here. There are soldiers training, blacksmiths working, farriers shaving hooves. You see even a few children playing, chasing a ball as they play some game they've invented across a portion of the courtyard. It would seem that even some Blackguard members have moved their families here into Blackreach, and you see a few lower ranking members spot Driscoll and snap to attention and put their fists over their heart, the right fist over their heart in salute as he passed. And you hear a few other officers say, "Driscoll, welcome back."
Thank you, sir. He'll salute and call them by name.
Yeah, and
very familiar kind of a.
Yeah, and a few of the enlisted men spot Mateo and wave at him, and after saluting to Driscoll, they give him a wave, like it's good to see him again.
Driscoll Mateo just has the 2-finger little salute.
Yeah, and then you are eventually Whitehall says, "Listen, we're gonna go. We're gonna go stable the horses. You guys have a lot to do. We're a little bit overwhelmed being in here. So if anybody needs us, we'll be waiting here. Okay,
Mr. Keaton, I thank you very much for your service."
I don't know who that is.
You'll find the hands there take good care of your horses, and we'll treat you well.
Excellent.
The boarding is excellent.
Thank you. So you guys go deeper in the group, the Fated Few, until finally you make your way towards the keep. And there, standing at the foot of the stairs, apparently having been notified of your arrival and waiting for you, is a tall man, probably 6'2", maybe 6'1", with wearing dark robes in blacks and gray, wearing, embellished with the standard of the Black Guard. The skull and crossed with twin morning stars. And he's got salt and pepper hair, a weathered face. His eyes and cheeks are carved with laugh lines. He's got a generous demeanor about him. And he sees you, and you immediately see both Driscol and Mateo come forward and stand at attention and salute. And he says, and he comes forward and says, at ease. Well, Driscol, Lieutenant, Mateo, you have returned, but these are not the ones that left with you. And he looks around, and he goes up to Icarus first, and he holds out his hand to shake. And he says, Barnaby Calxos.
Icarus Rin, and he shakes his hand firmly.
As he says Barnaby Calxos, anybody who wants to, other than Driscol and Mateo, can roll a reason check. And if you have a lore skill that you think would apply here,
Legends
would do it.
No history?
History would do it.
Oh, okay. 15.
15? Mm-hmm. Okay, that'll do it.
Do we do rerolls for things that fell on the floor?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can
definitely. What's the name? What's the name, by the way?
Barnaby Calxos.
That's the same.
I rolled a 10 on my reason.
Okay, so that's fair for Icarus. So you don't know who this is.
No.
Icarus, you're like, okay, cool, whatever. Manifest and Vester. Barnaby Calxos is the technically he holds the rank of Marshal in the Black Guard, General. But you also know that he is the personal historian of Emmerich von Riker, the Lord Marshal, the hanged man of the High Commander of the Black Guard. You've heard the stories of a young boy who hooked up with the Black Guard many years ago, in his teenage years, who was affectionately called Squire. And that is who you are now addressing. He comes over to the rest of you and says to Flint, holds out his hands, Barnaby Calxos.
Sylvester Flint, it's wonderful meeting you. You and I. If I'm allowed, we must have a conversation later about many things.
You look like you're from the library.
I'm glad you noticed.
Game recognizes game. Well, good. We'll have to chat later. And then, oh my. He stops in front of you, Manifest. And he pauses. And there's a wistful look as he looks at you. Almost, it's reminiscent. It's happy. It's joyful. But it's bittersweet. And he says, Master Graven, welcome. It has been many years since one of your kind graced us with your presence. Please know you are very welcome here.
In my heart, I am honored to be here, and am very glad to meet such an eminent scholar.
Thank you. Well, let's just say, I don't know how good of a scholar I am, but
I'm better with a pen than I am with a sword.
In my mind, that gives you greater strength.
Wisely said. So, Lieutenant, where's the rest of your company?
We were double-crossed after a job.
Double-crossed? By who?
Nico Ferroni, sir.
Ferroni?
Of the Ferroni family in Carthage.
Yes, I have heard of them. They betrayed you?
The dog tags of our fallen have been dipped in his blood.
I see. He pauses for a minute, quite sad. That's most unfortunate. We will have to add them to the memorial wall.
We wish we could have brought them back. We brought back what we could. He'll reach under his armor and pull the dog tags.
So you hold them out.
You
hold them out, and he takes them reverently, looks at them and looks down, and then he snaps, and you see an attendant with a shoulder bag filled with scrolls and things rush forward, and he hands them to him, and he nods and takes them and runs off.
Manifest and Icarus see Mateo like looking away from them. His eyes are closed while the tags are being passed off.
Driscoll's still pretty much standing at attention.
Oh, Mateo is too. It's just that his head is to the side.
Yeah, well, Driscoll's looking more down at the ground.
Tell me, we are glad to have you return home, but even under dire circumstances, but why have you brought these strangers to our door?
It's a bit of a long story.
I love long stories.
One that the Lord Marshal will probably want to hear, sir.
Yeah.
It concerns enemies. Enemies that von Riker knows.
Do you look to manifest when you say that?
Probably.
He looks at manifest and nods. And he says, very well.
Sir, if I may, it's the same story we've told King Bellisis Nasir, who bid us come and to relay this onto the Lord Marshal.
We made a little stop on the way in.
You had an audience with Bellisis Nasir.
As we said, it's a long story.
Hear, actually, and looks down at Mateo.
I can confirm.
All right.
Get your quill ready.
Unfortunately, the Lord Marshal is away at the moment. But he should return, and as he says that, you hear a trumpet. Like announcing an arrival. And the gate lowers, you all turn, and a group of horses ride in. Their riders, all armed, some armored, a retinue as they ride in from the desert. One of them is pulling a scaffold that has the large carcass of what it can only be described as
a desert stag. That has clearly been slain and field dressed, is being brought back. Its antlers, its dust-colored antlers, large and wide. Then you see a reddish brown, like a rust color horse come up, and atop that is atop that steed is a familiar face to the two of you. A man wearing mage's robes, black mage's robes that are burned in several places.
Yes.
And wild red hair and beard.
The rest of the faded few hear Mateo go, "My uncle."
That is smoldering in parts, like smoke coming up from an actively burning beard, and a wide-eyed look in his eye. And
Gandalf on crack, y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Meth Gandalf.
Yes.
Trailer Park Gandalf.
Trailer Park Gandalf.
By the way, that's a great band name, TM Fireside Fables.
Yes.
We are Trailer Park Gandalf.
I'll be your rhythm guitarist.
Behind him, someone else rides in. But he is not riding a horse. What he is riding, at first, is hard to look at because it is shimmering, sparkling, easily reflecting the light. A great cat with two tails and shimmering, arcing horns and piercing yellow eyes.
Of course he is.
Just from the description of what you've heard from the caravans, this is clearly a lightbender. It's about the size of a Siberian tiger. And it is saddled. And atop it, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat because I don't think Brendan
That's fine. No, it's okay. I'll end the share here, but I do want to say, MCDM, we're going to reach out to ask for permission to have this artwork because it is yours.
Yes.
We are merely displaying it from the book, but you have explicitly asked that we ask for permission for your artwork.
So we will be asking. If it's blurred out, they said no.
Correct.
Right, yeah.
But this one, we don't need permission because we made it. So
that's right.
I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat. Atop the lightbender is a man 6'3" or so with black leather armor, a black cloak, a black scarf, sandy, dirty, dusky blonde hair down to his shoulders, loose down to his shoulders, a trimmed beard, a stern look with an icy blue eye showing, his other eye, his right eye, covered by a black gemstone eye patch, and the glittering hilt of a sword on one hip and a long parrying dagger on the other, runs in. And as he arrives, everyone, including the children, snap to attention to welcome back the man who can only be Lord Marshal of the Blackguard, Emmerich von Riker, the Hanged Man himself.
Manifest and Icarus would also see Mateo and Driscoll like full snap to attention. Like there is not a stir in the whole of Blackreach.
That's my natural state, so I'm fine.
It's true.
So the other horses break off. The reddish brown horse and the lightbender come forward and approach the keep. And from atop these steeds, you see the mage look down at each of you kind of wide-eyed. And he looks, and then he looks at Mateo, and he does a little wave like this. And then
Mateo instinctively like reaches his hand up and just gives a little thing and then snaps back.
And then he looks at Driscol and goes, "Oh dear. Ooh, so you got whammied."
You could say that. You could say that again, Uncle Murdoch.
That's incredible. Hey, M, look what happened to the dwarf. You ever see a dwarf that looked like that before? And Emmerich looks at you, dismounts, and goes over stands near the cat's head and scratches its ear. You hear a low rumble that is clearly not a purr. It is a growl. And he pets behind the ear, and he says, "Quicksilver, silence." And the cat kind of, what are you laughing for? You don't like, I can't name anything around here.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at how B.A. Emmerich is.
Yeah. Oh, no joke.
And then he looks.
He tells a light bender to screw off. Come on.
And then he walks up. He walks up, taking off his riding gloves as he does, and he says, "Well, you two look like you've been through hell."
I'm back.
There and back again, sir.
Barnaby.
Sorry, Tolkien. Don't sue us.
Yeah. Barnaby. Report. Yes, Lord Marshal. Ashwing Company, Ashwing Cadre has returned from their meandering of the southern continent of Thalassa. And many of them have fallen. Fallen? Yes, Lord. They were betrayed. And he looks at you. Everybody again who's not Driscol or Mateo, give me a intuition check. If you have read person, you can put it in.
Oh, 19.
Okay.
Only a 10 this time.
You know what? I'll give you guys an edge on this because you guys are locked on this dude.
Absolutely.
You're meeting an honest to God legend right now. So
17.
17.
I'm still at 12.
Okay.
That's tier 2 instead of tier 1.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I rolled a 19 originally.
So I'll say
intuition?
manifest.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say manifest for what he gets.
16.
Manifest. There is a real sense of honor and duty and competence about this man. He is stoic. You can tell he doesn't suffer fools. But there's a confidence that only comes from, not from pride, but from assurance, self-assurance. This is a man who knows what he can do and isn't afraid to do it. Flint, you get more. You get a grand sense of calculation and intelligence, but not the kind of intelligence you possess. Not the intelligence of academia. This is more of common sense style intelligence, street smart, if you will, practical intelligence. You get the sense that if you played 20 games of chess with this man, he'd win 19. That kind of intelligence. But Cody rolled a natural success. So he gets a little more. Cody, Icarus has grown up his whole life hearing stories, legends of the Hanged Man. Some of them painted him as villain. Some of them painted him as monster. Some of them were heroic, but like in a anti-hero kind of way. You now know immediately, looking at this man, that the stories, no matter what they were, they didn't do him justice.
Yeah.
The reality of who this person is, he's one of the rare individuals that you can tell history will bend to. That he has the ability, the presence, the aura of bending fate to his whim. The sense of the air you're getting off of this guy is not unlike what you would feel coming off of Kieran O'Roon.
Gotcha.
And so he looks at you with that ice blue eye in turn. And then he says, "Give me a moment to clean up, and then have them meet me in my chambers." And he turns and walks towards the stables. Again, everybody's stopping to salute them, and he waves them off.
I'm bowing instead of saluting.
And then Barnaby claps his hands. "Yes, excellent. Will you all be so kind as to follow me?"
Does this mean I'm getting a promotion?
I wouldn't hold my breath.
I'm good at doing that, though. Just a note. If it's going in the file to be considered for promotion, I am good at holding my breath.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Cody, because you did get a 19. The stories. Okay, so how old did you tell me Icarus was?
27.
So he's been hearing stories about Emmerich von Riker as a hero, a legend, a master swordsman, a mercenary, right? Since he was a little boy. Like, we're talking like 5 or 6. So it's
since I was a little boy?
Yes,
yeah.
Since you were a little boy. And that dude looks like he's about 34 years old.
Wow.
So you're thinking about that as you're walking through the keep, and you're eventually led into a study with a long table. And you all sit down, and you're kind of just sitting there, and Vester, you're looking around just like soaking it all in, right? It's like, you can't believe you're here. You can't believe you just met that guy. In the same trip, you met Belissus Nasir twice, and now you're meeting Emmerich von Riker.
Yeah.
It's like, this is like, it's like I'm a kid in a candy store.
Heaven.
Right.
I'm in heaven.
And you're just kind of soaking it all up and taking it all in. After about 30 minutes, you see Emmerich come in, and he is wearing different clothes. His riding cloak is gone. His gloves are gone. But he's wearing a blackguard uniform without the coat. But he still wears the scarf around his neck, and of course the eye patch. And he comes in, and of course Driscol and Mateo snap to attention, and he goes, "Please knock that off." And
I bow again.
And none of that either.
Mateo kind of smiles a little bit and says, "Sir, it's just, please, we are honored to be in your presence."
At ease. And everybody sits, they're like, no, what happens is he says at ease and you guys kind of just go to, parade rest.
Yeah.
And then he goes, sit down. And then you,
Senor.
and he walks over to the bar, to like the bar cart that's in here. And he grabs a dusty, dark bottle and a bunch of glasses in one hand, and he passes them all out to everyone, including Manifest, because it would be rude. It's considered rude not to serve a graven, even though they don't even.
Mateo gives Manifest
over my shoulder.
That Michael Scott gives to Toby on the day of his retirement.
Yeah.
Like, don't ruin this for me. What gives you the right? No, but
suck on this.
I thought that was too far.
Steve Carell, the invitation is still open.
Always.
If I was
So he takes the dusty bottle
Hitler.
and he pours an amber liquid into his glass, and then he kind of slides it to the middle of the table, and basically is an invitation for anybody who wants some to drink. And then he picks up his glass and he plops down in this chair at the head of the table, and he takes a long drink and sets it down, and then he goes, and then he looks over to Driscol and he says, why do you have feathers?
Well, we killed a dragon a few days ago. Feathered dragon. Up at what is the name of the place?
Carbaddon's Eye.
Carbaddon's Eye.
Where?
And
Where's that?
In the deserts
northwest of here.
Okay.
Not a lot of people knew where that was.
You killed a feathered dragon.
Yeah, and it.
You lot, and he kind of circles the room.
We faded few.
You see Icarus like smelling the drink, like
yeah.
Mateo gives him that look like
like a sip, like a.
No, as you take a sip, it's strong. It's peaty. It's the kind of drink you could tell someone would say, "This will put hair on your chest," right?
You're gonna choke, but it's gonna be smooth after that.
I would love hair on my chest.
Yeah. You see Manifest pour on.
I'd show you, but then we'd be breaking YouTube's terms of conduct. So
magical drink.
No nipples on live streams. So
nope.
So
on my head.
He sees you drink it. It's strong.
It was a third eye.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask that you give me a might test.
Okay.
Icarus. You're not unfamiliar with. I would say Flint. Do you drink it?
Actually, no. I'm staring at Emmerich von Reich.
Okay, so Icarus, go ahead and give me a might test.
So I rolled a 14 with my -1 might score.
So you had for a 13, which is still a tier 2.
Well, I rolled a 9 and a 6, so that's 15 minus 1 is 14.
Oh, 14. Okay.
14 total.
So you cough. You don't spit it out, but you go smooth. He laughs and he says, you know what they say that Faerunian brandy is supposed to cure?
Life.
Mateo chuckles.
Soberness? Yeah.
Cowardice.
That's a good one.
So Icarus hears that, and he will. This is kind of foolish, but he will down he'll shoot the rest of it.
Okay. Another might test. This one with an edge because you knew what was coming.
I rolled a total of 7.
Oh no!
But can I
minus
use my
1 plus 2? So yes, you can use your new perk.
So
Ronnie,
so
to up it by a tier.
So it's 7 plus 2. So I rolled a 9 then.
A 9.
But I'm gonna use Brawny. Okay, so have I taken a respite? Do I have my full stamina?
I'm gonna say you have it. I'm gonna say yes, you have. You have your full stamina.
So I'm gonna roll a d6 plus my level.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so I take 7 damage.
Okay. You take 7 damage. But it's
I get a tier 2 result.
And you go you pound the table once. Like, yeah, okay. And he just looks at you and sips the drink. And then he says, so tell me about this betrayal, Driscol.
So when Emmerich slid the glass on across
which
the
is
table,
dwarven brandy, by the way.
He looks at it a little unsure. He's kind of fighting with himself, so he sees Emmerich offering it, but he doesn't probably feel worthy to drink with Emmerich right now. And so he leaves it where it is for right now, and he says, well, we were hanging around Carthage at the time. Nico Ferroni approaches us for a job. Rescuing that one, actually. Come to think of it.
Point to Vester, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Emmerich looks over at you. You find that blue eye on you, Vester.
I'm looking at the floor.
He was grabbed by another mafia family, and Nico claimed that he belonged to him and wanted him back. Seemed like a pretty standard kind of a thing that we did. So
and checked out, boss.
Yeah, we did what we do. Ashwing Kadri would have made you proud. We got him out, brought him back to Nico, and after getting a look at us, I guess calculated exactly what it would take to bring us down, and it was no small number.
And you lost 6 men.
Yes. If it weren't for Brother Caldus, he looks at Mateo.
It would have been all 8 of us, sir.
Caldus was a good man.
He was.
The best.
Good soldier.
They all were.
Ryan, that took 3 times the number of men lost that night.
He nods in appreciation. He grabs his glass that still has a little left in it. He grabs the bottle, pours Icarus a little more, leans back, takes his tumbler, and raises it and says, "To fallen friends."
To fallen friends.
Driscol will hesitate, but at that, we'll reach out, grab it, and say, 6 fell.
Manifest just puts his hand across his heart.
Yeah.
2 remain.
That still doesn't answer my question, Driscol. Why do you look like a dragon?
That's a great question, sir. I know that when we killed it, I got kind of splashed. Was up in its grill, you know how I do. And It almost fell on me, if I remember correctly. And then the next couple of days I was out. Woke up looking like this. These guys can fill in the blanks for...
Sir, it didn't
days.
just splash him with blood, it bathed him in it.
Before watch change, I want you to go to Murdoch and have him look you over.
Yes, sir.
So, this one over here, and he points to Bester. He's at the root of all this?
Well, he's the reason all of us came together.
Including these two, and he points to Manifest and Icarus.
Yes, sir. I'll let them tell their story.
What's so special about him? And he points to Flint.
If I may.
Tell him the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, Sylvester.
I think you will.
I did something greedy.
That's usually how trouble starts.
I'm from the Golden Lake. I'm an aspiring sage, and I make a profession out of hunting knowledge and history, stories, legends. I came across something that I thought should be shared with the world. When I found it would not be given to me, I tried to take it. And I memorized some of its contents. Well, it turns out, some of the contents that I had memorized were prophetic towards things more important than I know even now.
Mateo leans in and goes, "This is concerning the writings of Nathaniel Wanderhart, the musings of the mountainside?"
Yes. Yes, the Graven. It was a book written over 10 years by a Nathaniel, and it was filled to the brim with prophecy. One of these prophecies, it seems, was of high enough value for me to be hunted. And high enough
Define hunted.
Consortium, sir.
You say consortium, and that blue eye snaps to you.
That's where it gets interesting, sir.
Yes.
Sylvester, I do want you to finish, but Lord Marshal, you need to know. We cross blades with Pale Fox.
I see.
Send him running.
You won.
The record shows in Carthage that the members of Pale Fox died that day, but sir, the ash teleported away the same way that I do.
You say that,
They have our likeness, they have our names.
Yeah.
Well, then they hunt you still.
I would count on it, sir. But, if I may, rest assured, I have their names too.
Very well. Looks back to Bester. Proceed.
This prophecy. Not only was I hunted for it, for my life, and captured by, as you've heard, several crime families, and many things were done to me. It seems visions were given to a certain Graven to look for me.
And he looks at manifest. You were following a vision to this one?
Well, your honor, sir. I was given a vision by the great oracle himself to look for one such as him who was said that he held the key to many questions. He's called the hinge of the gate. And so I sought Flint and found him with these others. But I have something greater that in time, at your will, I would wish to speak to you about as well.
I would be honored to hear it. But before that, I would hear the rest of this. How did you join this misadventure? And he points to Icarus.
He nods. I was given a task to find Sylvester Flint by my master, Kieran Ilrune.
You say that and his eyebrows go, like showing for the first time. He's impressed.
I am a member of the Order of the Quills, of the Ivory Quills.
And you're here.
Also, a task given to me by my master to watch out and help protect Sylvester Flint.
Mateo leans in and goes, he's on dead guy duty.
So then you had
dead guy duty.
So I'm assuming you had this little run-in with Pale Fox because of what Flint here knows.
Basically.
They wanted him. We were in the way.
Yep. And by that point, there was no way we were just going to let them have him.
So then you proceed, for sake of time, you guys catch him up on Carbaddon's eye. You tell him all about that. You know, you give him the dragon, and the path pointing northward into the hinterlands.
Yeah.
He's silent for a moment. Lieutenant Driscol.
Sir?
I am dissolving Ashwing Cadre.
Very well.
And I am assigning you and Mateo here to this new company, the Fated Few.
He said it.
Okay.
It seems that you have bigger fish to fry at the moment. You've stepped in it, as it were.
More than you know, sir. What Manifest is going to tell you. Sir, if the stories are true, you have quite the interest in what comes next.
Very well. Master Graven, I'm all ears.
And the truth I tell you, I was an ambassador to Zoar, hoping to find peace, as all Graven who follow that path.
You say that, and that pale eye narrows.
I see that, say, many Graven follow and pursue the hope of peace, and I went to Zoar hoping to find peace in the land. However, I was deceived and taken captive. I saw through them, and they captured me.
Taken captive by who?
By my word, at the beginning I did not know. I knew it was, knowing it was part of the government, and seeing officials torture me Eisenhart being the man's name, who was in charge initially, to torture me and try to steal any visions from the oracles, as the Gravens often have. And for 10 long years, I was tortured, only to discover that the one he called Lord he was answering to was the right hand of Abraxas himself, the Vizier, which I saw with my own eyes.
You say that, and Emmerich straightens, and then he looks around the table, but he lingers particularly long on Driscol and Matteo. And then he stands suddenly, and he takes his drink. There's a fireplace behind him, lit. And he goes over to the mantle and he leans on it, stares into the flame. Takes a drink. Lieutenant, what I'm about to say in this room doesn't leave it.
Yes, sir.
Manifest these men that took you. Did you see any insignias on their uniforms? You did.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how you described it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You saw the image, a patch on most of their uniforms of a black hand holding a silver key. And so you describe that to him. And he shakes his head again and says, Master Graven, you were taken captive by the Ministry of Silence. An organization I have had more than my share of run-ins with. It is their job. They are a clandestine organization tasked with locating and claiming magical power and artifacts, all for the glory of Zor. In particular, they look for weapons, items that can be used to further the Zorish war machine. You mentioned a commander, this Eisenhart. Was there anything unusual about his appearance?
Let me remember. Oh, sorry. I'm trying. Help me. So I don't waste our time. I don't.
You remember that. You remember him quite well. You remember that he and many others that you encountered while at this
that's right.
place. They looked deformed. They looked twisted. Many of them looked as if they had been patched together.
That's right.
You described that. And he shakes his head again, and he's silent for another long moment. What you saw they're called homunculi. They are reanimated soldiers, not undead. Quite different, in fact. Many of them composite beings patched together by combining body parts from multiple corpses. And in the dark rituals that give them life, they are bound to the service, not of Zor, but of the being whose magic gives their dark arts possibility. The Vizier himself. I am sad to say, Master Graven, you tell me nothing new. You tell me what I have known for 50 years now.
By my word, that is what the great Golden King said. He said that you would know this and could guide us.
Belisis is a friend. But it's not enough to know that I know it. I have to tell you how. And he turns. He sets down the drink on the mantle and he turns and he starts to unbutton his uniform.
Sir,
And
are
he-
you sure?
You just get a nod. And he opens it. And he undoes the scarf around his neck and lays it down. And then he does something you haven't seen him do. He reaches up and grabs the eye patch and lifts it away. The thing you notice, maybe in another circumstance, it would be the thing that you would notice first, but you notice it last. Hanging around his neck is a silver chain. And on that chain, clearly hidden under the scarf, is threaded 8 heavy golden rings. All of them with different animal symbols on them, including one very similar to the bear ring in Driscol's ear. But they're all different. And there are 8. Sylvester, immediately you would recognize these as sword master rings.
Yeah, he's mastered every kind of sword.
There are 12 schools of swordplay in Firmament, and he is recognized as a master of 8 of them.
Oh.
But that's not what you notice first. There's a sharp, acrid shock as you look upon Emmerich without the scarf or the eye patch. For around his neck, hidden by the scarf, is a raw and angry wound. A rope burn that goes around his neck that looks fresh, like it just happened moments ago. And the eye, whereas his left eye is a pale blue, iceberg blue. His right eye is bloody and red and ruined. It doesn't look bloodshot. It looks bloody, like it suffered some sort of massive hemorrhage. But yet there's light there. And you realize in that moment that that eye can see you, as well as the pale blue one. And he says, people often wonder how the stories about me could be true. How could a soldier as great as Emmerich von Riker survive execution at military tribunal, to survive the hangman's noose only to reemerge 5 years later. The truth is, I didn't. You ask me how I know what the homunculi are. What the ministry is. I know because I am a homunculus. I am the first homunculus. And I know the vizier is real because he was the one who ordered the noose around my neck. And that is where we are going to end tonight.
Oh, man.
Hope you enjoyed this one. We got a lot of lore this time. We got a little bit more time in Blackreach next week, but then we'll be moving the adventure along. Hope everybody enjoyed it. I had a great time. Hope you guys had a great time. Hope you guys at home had a great time. Hope you're enjoying our new world of Firmament. We put a lot of work into this.
For those wondering that have access to the monster rules, the homunculi are the war dogs.
They are war dogs.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. So more about them later.
MCDM, thank you for a brand new enemy type that we get to unleash.
Oh, dude. Horrifying. Horrifying.
I'm terrified because I know a little bit about them and they're horrible. Come play with us.
Absolutely. We've had a great time tonight. We've got some more lore, even more lore, and even more juicy secrets about Emmerich von Riker for you next week. So make sure you're here. But don't worry. We'll save you a seat by the fire.
Of course.
Finger guns.